Hello everyone, I'm Naya and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna talk about yoga and how yoga can enhance your psychic abilities. I'm here with a friend of mine, Shuprotim, that I call Shupro. Hi Shupro.
Hey.
He's been studying yoga for 15 years and we're here in India, in Bangalore, where he's based. And we actually, before you gossip around in the comment section, what about your twin flames, who is he, blah 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 blah, apart from that I don't really want to share too much of my private life, we connected because of our love for spirituality and also yoga, which I mention all the time. So one of the things that we were agreeing upon is that yoga is not simply how it's perceived in the West as the asanas, or better as a physical exercise, but rather yoga is a spiritual path that can be many spiritual paths. We have a lot of type of yogas, right?
Yeah, we've got like yoga through the path of knowledge, yoga through devotion, yoga
Right.
through physical exercise, or more correctly, mastering the energies of the body, and yoga through, which is the last one, the mystic,
Right.
through mysticism.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Hatha yoga, what was the name?
Oh, what I practice is hatha yoga.
Okay.
So hatha yoga is a more intense, and it's a very difficult form of practice that you need to incorporate more of your body into this practice rather than like through philosophy or through bhakti or through mysticism. So this is like proper, like, you know, asanas, pranayam, the bandhas, the locks, and all of that
Right,
stuff.
the type of stuff that you're more used to see in the Western world. But what I like about yoga, because yoga means union, right?
Yeah.
If I'm correct. What
Yeah.
I like is that they found a way in the ancient time, the Vedas, to find their own spiritual path. They're transcending the body and connecting with universal consciousness in very different forms, because in fact we are all one, but with our own unique essence. So therefore, for you it can work, Hatha yoga can work for you, but for me it might be something completely different, but we could be on the same spiritual path at the same time, because at
Exactly.
the end of the day the goal is still the same.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all the same. It's like through hatha yoga, what you're doing is you're getting all the energies, the scattered energies in your body, and you're bringing it to one point of focus, which is this is union,
Right.
Right, getting all that scattered energy. So what you do is you take all of these various philosophical thoughts of yours and the various distinctions in idea formations, you bring them together and you reach union. So
Absolutely. And then again, preparing the body, in that case, the body is the temple of your soul. Even the ancient Egyptian used to say that. It's a way to allow the body to release resistance, and when we release the resistance, we come out in alignment. But now, after we introduce a little bit what yoga is, now obviously we could do videos there last hours when we were talking about yoga. Comment down below if you know something more about this. I always love to hear your comment. But doing anything that has to do with moving your body or even focusing on the energy, it's going to develop your psychic ability that there are natural in all of us. Some of us are born already with those because probably they were cultivated in past lives, if you believe in past life, but we can all enhance our psychic abilities. That's why in yoga we call siddhis, if I'm correct, right?
Siddhis, and you just touched upon the most important point, which
Okay.
is alignment.
Right.
Okay, in hatha yoga, you know, you're not gonna do a pose properly if you're not aligned, if
Right.
the left and the right side of the body. Because I came from a school, I didn't actually study under him, but I came from a school from this really great teacher called B.K.S. Iyengar. I consider him to be great because when I started learning his form of yoga, my life transformed. Like, wow, it transformed.
But the thing is, when you're going to start study yoga, whatever yoga you choose to do, even if you start with the exercise, your mind is going to open. So when you guys ask me how to enhance my psychic ability, I always suggest meditation and yoga, because that is the perfect way to come out in alignment. Now, one thing, a disclaimer, yoga shouldn't be practiced for enhancing psychic abilities as a goal. That is a result that you're gonna have,
Yeah.
which should lead to spiritual maturity and the understanding that it doesn't matter to have psychic abilities, but rather it's important to have alignment with our true self so we can follow our own inner guidance system. So that's what we're trying to conceive today with this video. And so I'm gonna make Shupra finish this, and it's gonna show you one of the easiest exercise that you can do at home and that it's safe, that will introduce you to what he perceives as finding alignment through physical body. And then if we have time, we're probably going to do also other videos talking about other forms of yoga, such as prana yoga, or much more mental, which would be more what I've chosen to do. I'm more of a mental person in that sense. But please finish it, so we show how everybody can practice a little bit of alignment.
Sure. So before I get into actually demonstrating to you this very simple pose, like you touched upon this very important thing, which is alignment. So I'd like to say that when you're doing these poses, remember, it's all about alignment. It's all about getting your right side and the left side of your body in alignment to the center of your body. It's all about getting centered, balance. Everything is about that.
Yes.
I always practice without your footwear.
But because, sorry if I interrupt you, but because the thing is that we have a tendency as human being to go and shift as pendulum to an extreme and another. What we have to understand right now is to release resistance and coming into balance as a consciousness. If we will come into balance, alignment will be just a natural byproduct and a standing point of our action and choices. I touch on this in my other videos on insights a lot. So yeah, I absolutely agree. So this exercise will train your mind to find that alignment, and which is something that you guys ask me all the time. How do I meditate? How do I find my true self? How do I find my intuition? Practice this exercise even 10 minutes a day, and you will see changes in your actuality, in your life. So show us this exercise, and we're gonna see each other in the next videos.
All right, sure, my pleasure, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so this first pose is called Tadasana. Tada means mountain, asana is posture, and from the name of the asana, I mean, it's gonna tell you that I'm gonna stand like a mountain. I'm gonna stand stiff. I'm gonna stand firm, and I'm gonna stand right on the center of my body, as in the center of my feet. I'm gonna be really centered. Okay. The first thing that you have to do when you want to stand in this asana, the first thing is join your feet together. It's not as simple as it sounds. You're going to join the toes of your feet together, okay? You're going to join the heels, the ankles, and you're going to open your toes, all of them. You're going to spread them, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to do this. You're going to try and ground yourself. This is what you're trying to do. You're going to try and ground yourself, okay? Get a firm grip of the earth. It's a very grounding exercise, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to work from the bottom to the top. So you're going to use this inner intelligence of yours to penetrate into the flesh, into the bones, into the joints, and try and feel the alignment of your body from your toes. I'm actually feeling it while I'm telling you this, from your toes to your ankles, to your knees, and then to your hips, to your stomach. And then you're going to feel this part. This is very important, okay? This has to be centered over here to over here, and then right down to the toes, okay? And once your awareness moves from there to this part, this is when things really start happening, because your heart, your lungs, and all those things that's connected to your prana, that's all centered over here. And when your awareness has touched this point, you're gonna go deeper and deeper into various levels of yourself, which I can't talk about right now, okay? From here, you're gonna concentrate on your collarbones. It shouldn't be like this. It should not be like this. Try and open up, try and be straight, okay? It's all about being straight. Don't droop the shoulders, don't keep them too back and rigid. Just be free, all right? And then from here, you're gonna move on to your neck. Try to feel, don't always practice with the mirror, that is my suggestion, because that can be misleading. You wanna feel inner alignment through your own mind. You're gonna use your mind as a tool to enhance your awareness and get centered. When you get centered, your pineal gland is gonna automatically get activated once you get aligned. So you get over here, and once you move over here, you're automatically gonna perceive that there's something of a third eye, which is actually your third eye, but you need to find out for yourself. And once you reach this place, just zone out. Be here. Focus on how you're standing. Initially, beginners are gonna feel sort of like you're swaying, the left side is weaker than the right side, the outer muscle is, relaxing, the inner muscle is tightening, and that's creating some kind of imbalance. You as a practitioner need to become aware of these deficiencies in your body, and you need to bring them to alignment using the power of your mind. You need to put in that effort. And once you come into alignment, you're going to penetrate from the physical body into the mental body, and from the mental body into the intellectual body, so on and so forth, till you get to the core. And this is how how it works. So it's not as, so doing asanas and standing still is just not, it's not just as easy as that. You really have to penetrate deep in. So I'm just going to demonstrate for a few seconds how this experience is going to feel like, okay? Everything is going to go silent. Just watch. Okay, that's just a few seconds of silence. If you do this for 1 minute, that silence needs to penetrate into all layers of your being, and then you're gonna start realizing a few things. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it at this, all right? This is just a taste of what asanas are about, and
But hold on, I have an idea.
Okay.
We can show the asanas that I actually do for every pick a card while I'm doing tarot, also private reading. You show it to me and I was like, this is how I sit basically for hours. And you told me, wow.
yeah.
Because this is very funny. I'm sorry if I interrupt your
That's okay.
perfect lesson, but it's also my channel, Shubro, so sorry. I'm kidding. But I was doing this pose, that it's a yoga pose, and I didn't know anything about. And he told me that's how you enhance also your psychic abilities.
Yeah.
And you can practice this at home. I sit in this position for literally hours and hours, and especially when I do pick a card. So that may be my secret, or why am I a accurate reader? Who knows?
Actually, you know, it's called Siddhasana. Siddha means perfected being, someone who possesses siddhis.
Right.
And asana is posture.
Right.
So, well, you can demonstrate it right here itself.
Basically, you have to put, now I have a dress, so it's going to be the way it's going to be, but you have to put this, hopefully you're not going to hurt yourself, and your legs on the top, and this, basically this part of the foot needs to touch this, well, I guess you're understanding. I'm not good as Shupra as explaining yoga.
That's actually perfect.
Okay, and that's how you should sit as long as you can, or even meditate in this posture, or even if you want, you can switch leg. Every time that you guys see me on a table doing tarot cards, or when I'm with my clients, I'm constantly sitting in this position, because this position helped me to ground myself, to relax, but also come into alignment, because both of my feet are joining together. How do you say that? Like they are on top of each other. And so I feel that this, for concentrating on my third eye and doing readings, is very, very comfortable. And again, the more you practice even one pose for hours and you master one pose, the best it is. It's better to master one pose rather than do thousands of poses and you do it badly. Just choose one that is comfortable for you, and start meditating on that, like Shupra was explaining. It will make a huge difference. Choose one. I choose this one personally because it was more comfortable. So that's what we got.
Okay, exactly. Just choose one pose. Choose one pose and master it, because back in our ancient culture, my forefathers, they used to be able to stay in a certain pose for like 2 hours. It is said for 2 hours, and
Yes.
that used to become like meditation in itself.
Yes.
But because of this day and age, we become so weak as people.
Right.
So we can just go for like 5 minutes and then we're like, okay, we can't tolerate this. So the kind of willpower that my forefathers had is unimaginable. Okay, now I'm just going to get into a few details with regards to this pose, which you're doing perfectly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the reason why the heel is connected to the pubic bone part of the body is because everybody knows about Kundalini energy,
Right. And Kundalini, I'm sorry if I
No,
interrupt
it's all
you,
right.
is something that is spread in the spiritual community, like there is no tomorrow, like candies. What Kundalini means is the life force of a person. Your Kundalini cannot be dead, because otherwise you will be dead. Your Kundalini is just latent, we could say, and it gets awakened, and you, through the practice of yoga, you moved it through your spine. That's how it's correct to say, talking about Kundalini. I just said it because some people get this idea a little
You're
bit
right.
wrong.
You're right.
Okay.
So yeah, it's all about activating that part of that energy in your body,
Right.
which is stored, which is unutilized, which is in potential. You activate it. There are nerve centers, like over here. There are certain technical yogic terms which I'm not going to get into. But sitting in this pose is going to activate those nerve centers, and it's going to create certain changes in your body.
Yes.
And that's the whole point of this Siddhasana, and that directly leads to the activation of your third eye and take you to a fourth state of consciousness called Turiya, which is not consciousness, neither is it unconsciousness, or neither is it semi-consciousness. The three states that we're all familiar with. It is super consciousness. So I mean, yoga is so vast.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Because you're using your body to open the gates, like you have the keys to dimensions, but in a very profound and deep way. Because you're not just merely understanding this dimension from a conceptual point of view; you are experiencing it. So yogis are skeptical people.
Yeah.
If you are a skeptic, you're perfect for yoga, because we don't just believe in stuff, we want to experience them.
Yes.
It's different. That's at least how I perceive, because I'm a big time skeptical, even though I had psychic abilities. Okay guys, I think we said and shared a lot for today regarding yoga and also enhancing your psychic abilities. Please comment down below and share your stories if you're familiar to yoga, if you want to know more, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and stick to this channel to see more spiritual videos, pick a card, and so on and so forth, and also other new stuff that I want to post on this channel, so we develop together. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, Shupra, for being here on my channel. Hopefully you're going to be here again. And keep in mind, you're never wrong if you follow love. And with the sunset from India. Bye, everyone.
Bye.